What's up guys, I'm here, and today we're going to be doing a Roblox driving games tier list. Now before we get into this, keep in mind these are going to be mostly popular games. There's tons of driving games on Roblox that have like 2 players. I cannot cover all of those. And also, I'm not going to cover drifting games or like the police, fire, roleplay games besides ERLC because they're all just smaller and not that relevant. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first game we're going to be rating is Drive World. So this game kind of came out recently and everybody's been talking about it. I've played it a fair amount. It's fun. I'm going to put it in the good category. It's not great in my opinion. There's some stuff it lacks, but it's a newer game. I think in time it could become great, but for now I'm just going to put it at good. That's a game I've kind of got my eye on because I think it has a lot of potential, but at the same time it's kind of too new to really tell. Next up, we're going to talk about Accelerate X, which this game is honestly, this whole series is just kind of, it's just kind of unfortunate. I might make a whole video on the Accelerate series someday talking about it. This is the 5th Accelerate game, I believe, and they've all kind of flopped. They always start out the same: good car models, bad map, and then they fall apart. So that game's going at mid. They've all had lots of potential, but they've all just kind of been run into the ground. Car Crushers 2, a very popular game. One I've never been able to really get behind. I'm putting it in okay. It's a good game, do not get me wrong. It's not poorly made or anything. It's well made. There's a lot of content. I just don't really enjoy playing it, so that's why I'm putting it there. Car Dealership Tycoon. Once more, I'm putting it in okay. I don't care for how it looks. I don't care for the chassis. I don't really love tycoons, so that doesn't interest me. I will say the events are pretty cool, and I think overall it's not a bad game by any means, but I was just never able to really get into it. Driving Empire. Where do I even want to put this? Because this is one you could spend an hour discussing. Once upon a time, it would have been easy, great tier, no questions asked, but after all the cars are getting removed and all this other drama and dumb stuff, I'm putting it at good. Now I am putting it above Drive World. A lot of people are saying Drive World is better than Driving Empire, and like I said earlier, I think it has the potential. I don't think it's there quite yet, so Driving Empire is gonna stay at good. Driving Simulator. Once more, I'm putting it in okay. However, I am putting it in front of Car Crushers 2 and Car Dealership Tycoon 2. And these are going to be in the order I feel like they actually are. I'm not just putting them and dropping them random in the category. Now, the reason I feel like Driving Simulator is better than these two is because it was actually a fun game. And it's okay. I've played it not a fair amount, but I did play it. I have a couple thousand miles. I played it here and there. It's a fun game. It's just kind of generic in a way. There's nothing that really sets it apart. So, yeah. ERLC. Once more, I'm putting in okay. Okay is kind of just average. I don't know why I didn't just call it that. I could change it, but we're a little late in the video. ERLC doesn't really fit the driving theme, but it's kind of the biggest like roleplay game that still has driving, so I figured I'd include it. You can't hate on the game. It's definitely not bad. It's well made. It's just not really my type of game. Oh, duplicate Driving Empire. Whoops. Greenville. I'm going to put Greenville in the good category behind these two. It's not a bad game. I could see it a lot easier to get into if there weren't so many game passes. It's like $10 in USD just to be able to get all the game passes and buy like cars you actually want. And grinding, it's a pain. So I'm putting it in good. It's not a bad game. The map's a little boring for my taste, but there's some cool aspects like all the trim changes and stuff, so that's where that is going. Midnight Racing. I have played this game since it came out, and I've been playing it a lot recently, and as much as I really want to give it a grade, like I really do, because it's such a good game. It looks good, it's fun to play. The customization's great. It's gonna have to go at the top of good, because I feel like there's not enough content yet, and there are some things that could be tweaked to make it better. Now, it's definitely very good though, and I would recommend checking it out. And that's probably going to be one of the best ratings I give any game. Next up, Pacifico. I don't think we need to talk about that one too much. It's just these are mixed around, so whoops. Yeah, Pacifico, it sucks. I'm sorry. There's no other way to put it. Pembroke Pines, I'm gonna put it in mid. Honest, I'm gonna put it in mid. It's not like I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's irrelevant. Project Track Day. This is a tricky one to place. I think I'm gonna place it. It depends on what angle you're looking at it. Because if you're looking at it as like a racing game, there's not a better racing game on Roblox, but this is driving games in general. So I'm gonna put it at the far end of good. If you want a racing game, then this would be a great, because there's no better racing game on Roblox. But if you're just looking at it compared to other driving games, you know, it's not open world. It's fun, but it's not amazing, so I'm gonna put it at good. Definitely a good game though. Southwest Florida. Controversial take. In my opinion, this game is currently the best driving game on Roblox. In my opinion. And here's why. I might as well discuss this because this is the only game that's getting a great rating. Ultimate Driving certainly is not, if you wouldn't have guessed that already. So the reason I think Southwest Florida currently is the greatest game is because, for one, they've retained some of their cars. They are off sale, but they still have them. So, you know, like, I can still drive my Koenigsegg around, so that's a plus. Cars are getting more customization, like body kits and stuff, so that's a plus. There's performance mods, that's a plus. There are some unfortunate things, like, you know, there's an extra garage game pass, but you don't need to spend $10 to be able to buy any car, unlike Greenville, so that's a plus. You can auto farm, and if you're lazy like me and you just want to drive cars around, that's a plus. Or you can grind the game legit. Both are perfectly fine. There are motorcycles, the map's pretty nice, and it's a good chassis, and it's very tunable to do whatever you want. So that's why that isn't great. And lastly, Ultimate Driving. Oh boy. Now, I'm not gonna be crazy and just put it in trash. I'm not even gonna put it in bad because I don't think it deserves it. Where I'm gonna put it, I'm gonna be completely fair with where I put it. I'm putting it bottom of okay. The game is a shadow of its former self. It's fallen apart, but it's not worthy of being trash. Like, no matter what, it's definitely better than Accelerate X and Pembroke Pines, and certainly better than Pacifico still. I mean, it's kind of been ruined, but I stand by where it is here. So yeah, that is my tier list. Midnight Racing really could be like halfway in between good and great because it is really good. But other than that, that's how everything stands. Thank you all for watching. Let me know if you agree, disagree, what you would rate these things. Yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Venom out.